Hey you guys, let's get into it. For this recipe, you'll need 2 sticks or 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar, you can use more or less depending on how sweet you want your icing, 1 cup of warm milk, you can use any kind of milk you like, and last but not least, 1/3 cup of flour, which I like to keep in this nice container right here. Okay, make sure your pan is hot and ready on medium heat. You will combine the 1/3 cup of flour first, then the 1 cup of sugar. Mix them together and allow it to sit in the pan for about 30 seconds. Make sure that the flour and sugar are thoroughly mixed together so the ingredients don't stick to the pan. Next, you'll combine the warm cup of milk to the sugar flour mix. You can add in bit by bit for better control. Do this slowly so you don't splash any milk, which happened to me. Consistently stirring the mixture, making sure there aren't any lumps or ingredients sticking to the pan. At this stage, that shouldn't happen as easily. The trick to this is to make sure you are paying close attention and consistently stirring the mixture. If you leave it too long without touching it, it will stick to the pan. This is the first stage. This is where the roux will have the most movement. In about 3 to 5 minutes, you'll see the roux thickening up in just a bit. This is the second stage. It still has that pale color, but it's not as loose as it was in the first stage. After about 3 to 4 minutes, you'll be in the last stage of cooking. You'll see the roux turn into a custard-like texture. The color has darkened a bit. I personally like my roux just like this, but if you want something a little lighter and a little less thick, you can take it off the stove about 1 to 2 minutes after the second stage. Okay, I know my burner is in dying need of cleaning. Don't come for me. Make sure you use a scraper spatula to get all the mixture out. Everything counts. Alright, after transferring the roux to your container, you want to use cling wrap to cover it. You have to make sure the cling wrap is touching the surface of the roux so that its skin doesn't form on top. Yeah, I was struggling with this plastic. You also have the option to use paper as well. This right here is sufficient, but because I'm leaving it out to cool on the counter and technically it's still summer, I don't want any gnats or flies trying to get in, so I'm going to use extra cling wrap to secure it. I'll let this cool outside the fridge for 45 minutes. If you prefer to store in the fridge, leave it in for 30 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to prep the butter. You have to use room temperature butter only. This is crucial because it helps to blend smoothly with the roux that we're going to add later. If you use cold butter, it will lead to a lumpy mixture. Beat your butter until it has sort of a velvety texture to it. You want to make sure that the butter is completely broken down. The butter will even lighten in color. That's a sign you're on the right track. Next, you're going to add the roux mixture using a spoon. Beat it in with the butter, then repeat the process and continue until there is no more roux left. You're just repeating the process. Remember, you're using a spoonful of roux. You're not adding all of it at the same time. As you continue to mix, you'll see that the texture becomes more creamier. The buttercream looks light. Not light enough to be whipped, but still light compared to buttercream that uses powdered sugar. Sometimes when I'm using the handheld mixer, I like to rotate the bowl. It's a habit. Now we're done adding the remaining roux to the buttercream. At this stage, if you want, you can add vanilla extract or whatever extract you would like to use. Okay, so a little bit of background. This type of buttercream I'm making is referred to as the ermine frosting, also known as the boiled milk frosting. It's old-fashioned, so it's not a common buttercream, but it's known for its smooth, fluffy texture and its subtle, sweet flavor. Trust me, it will be hard to go back to the traditional American buttercream after tasting this. You would want to scrape the sides down to make sure everything is incorporated. Mix some more, and there you have it, the fluffiest buttercream icing. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your other baking buddies, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and blessings.